of the afternoon for the Rams. Stafford faked the handoff. The rush is on. He does get rid of it on the dump off for Higbee. Zigzag move for a first down. He said Matthew Stafford manipulates coverages as well as anybody who's ever done it. We'll use that to our advantage. Fake the handoff. Stafford, the roll and toss. Nacua angles out of bounds. Very close to first down yardage. McCreary there. Nacua shifting. They'll give it to him. And he's got it, and then some. Nacua is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams. 45 yards.
No, but looking forward to see this AFC South, obviously where I hail from, so I hope that there's a good little year out of the group.
Ward steps up, and Ward is going to run, but it's not enough. Stafford works out of the gun. Stafford pulls the trigger and connects. First down, Nacua. Stafford, he's just going to toss it to the Tennessee sideline over the head of Adams. Pressure from Simmons.
And should be excited if you're a Titan fan.
Oh, he sells it well, and Ward will fire it downfield for the completion. Calvin Ridley, still learning, but called him a quick learner. It's a 3rd and 3. That second effort by Pollard, it's not going to be enough. Julius Chestnut is in there at the running back spot. Fake it. Ward, rush is coming. Ward running. First down. Standout second-year players with Fisk, Verse, and Spates on defense. Ward hanging in there. Oh, he's just going to toss it. The soft toss.
Shot put.
First down here for Tennessee. They're on the move at the LA 35. Handle the rush initially, and Ward gets tossed down by Turner. Self-proclaimed land shark. Snapper is Cox. Holder is Hecker. 55-yard attempt. Joey Sly. Straight through. 7-3. Stafford makes the connection to Adams. The catch and curl. And brought down at the 40-yard line. Fractured forearm. Cost him the majority of his rookie season. Stafford, pocket holds up, sidearm toss, hauled in by Nacua. And he comes up just short of the first down, 9-yard pickup. So this is a 3rd down and 1. Quick snap, fake it to Corum, Stafford, and he hits Higbee. First down, and Higbee goes airborne across the 15.
He does. Every single week, it's something different to take advantage.
Rams are knocking on the door once again. It's a running play. And spun down is Corum on a 3rd and goal for LA. Stafford faked the handoff. Look, throw, end zone! Incomplete. The snapper is Ward. Evans holds it. And Carty does his job to add to the Los Angeles lead. 10-3. So back it up to the 15-yard line. Fake the pitch. Ward's got time, and he's got an open man. Connection made to Ridley. Out of bounds. 6:02 to play in the first half. Ward lays it out there. It's complete. Io Manor, rookie out of Stanford, hauls it in. First down, Tennessee. Second false start of the day for Ojukwu. Dime package. The throw. He could not secure it all the way. It's going to be ruled incomplete for Ridley. There's only 2 first-round picks on their entire defense. Stafford looking, throwing, broken up. Just at the last moment by McCreary.
Beautiful play by the Titans defense to get the ball back.
The punt by Evans. And down the sideline. DK all the way. Touchdown.
What a move.
But there is a flag at the 40-yard line.
Oh. Yeah, when you come back towards your own goal line, you're not allowed to.
Special teams coach John Fossil was running down the sideline along with DK. thinking they had 6. Slipping out of a tackle, Tony Pollard. So this Chris Shula coach defense in his second year trying to hold the Titans. It is really close. But it appears to be enough. It is enough for a first down. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're hungry. It's almost halftime.
Fantastic.
And you could get hangry. Ward. Oh, nice tackle! He drops it in the bucket. Io Manor. A one-arm grab for the first down. Yeah, you're hungry. It's almost halftime.
Fantastic.
And you could get hangry. Ward. Oh, nice tackle! He drops it in the bucket. Io Manor. A one-arm grab for the first down. Denver. 49 seconds to play. Second quarter. Ward looking. Looping out of trouble. Trying to set up receivers. He's going to throw against his body to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Spectacular. Io Manor. Being out there, just no panic from these guys after the week 1 loss. Stafford throws it. Intercepted. Cody Barton is now on the field for LA. And they're going to stick with the ground game. And Tony Pollard is going to carry tacklers with him. Titans clearly viewed this as all bonus after the interception. Did not think about taking any shots at the end zone, and Slide does his job. Tennessee's got a 13-10 lead at the break. About him, he said, I've seen growth year 1 to year 2, the details, even how he talks to us. Stafford emerges and throws. Oh, the hands. Davante Adams goes down low to snatch it. Shotgun for Stafford. Protection is there. Stafford, the touch to Davante Adams. First down inside the 20.
I'd like to tell my wife that I need to get out to the course for 4 or 5 hours a day.
Handoff, little stop and go. Kyren Williams with a head of steam. Stafford, another throw underneath. This time Kyren Williams with the catch. Shotgun, Stafford up in the air, end zone, broken up. Davante Adams, the intended target, and Snead holds up once again. It's fourth down, where Carty will have 2 21-yard field goals on his ledger. And he nails it.
I love this Rams front. I think they do a fantastic job, and they're enjoyable to watch play, but Cam's doing well.
Ward throws it on a line to Okonkwo.
Defense, you just find the open field and sit, and that's exactly what he did.
Knifing through is Tony Pollard. Once again, the Titans are on the move. Quick one, Tyler Lockett. They believed he was a big pickup, veteran, savvy, 4 yards on the reception. And Evan, this is the 9th play of the drive. Ward has looked comfortable, but not when he's getting hit in the backfield. Flags down, Josiah Stewart gets home for Joey Sly, looking for the lead. Sly leans into it, on the way, and Sly connects. They got off to a poor start to the season last year, only to turn things around, and they were hot going into the playoffs. Stafford on first down, hooks up with Nacua. Stiff arm, Nacua out of bounds. So, and that is his 200th career grab in his 3rd year. Stafford. Deep ball, it's a missile to Nacua. 6th play of 20 or more yards for the Rams. To the ground, it's Corum. Blake Corum, impressive run inside the 10. First and goal from the Tennessee 8. Fake the handoff, protection is there. Stafford, touch pass. It's caught, not quite enough. Davis Allen thinks he got the touchdown.
Keeps the hand just off the ground while he hits the pylon with the ball. Matthew Stafford approves.
Play clock is down to 2, down to 1. Ward gets the snap off. Step and throw. 1-on-1. It's knocked away. Io Manor in a matchup with Darius Williams in the divisional round. 3rd down and 2. Fake the handoff. Stafford. It's on time. Nacua hauls it in. Stafford rushes on. He tried to step forward and avoid it. Could not. Amani Hooker. 23-year-old rookie Cam Ward steps up, goes down, loses the ball, bounces around. The Rams have got it. Still running, not going down. Nate Landman on the spot. 3rd and 5 now for the LA offense. Stafford tosses, end zone, touchdown, Davante Adams. Stafford hits him in stride for the score. Coach Gattuso asked me, you want to play offense or defense? My dad said you'd be a great defensive end. I chose that. He was right. Dad was correct. Father knows best. Ward, nobody home. 2nd and 10. On the ground, we've seen more of Corum, and this is why. Corum working those nooks and crannies. Offense is piling up numbers now. New set of downs at the 49. Stafford tall in the pocket. Downfield, catch made, Whittington. Been a clinic here for Stafford. Running play, Corum. Brought down inside the 5. On a give. It's Corum. He pounds it inside for the touchdown. They surround Blake Corum. Oh, and it's blocked. That ball is rolling around. It's going to get scooped up at the...
Somebody block him.
And he goes down on the play. 2 of 7, just 11 yards. The Rams have locked in and have made life difficult for the rookie. He hits Calvin Ridley. Forward progress got him right to the line to gain at the 45-yard lines. On the ground to Pollard. We're seeing Pollard very close to 100 yards. Locker room, they expect to be not just competitive, but to win games. 3rd and 4 for Ward. And right to the sticks and Van Jefferson.
Organization is what they're trying to find.
New GM is Mike Borgonzi in his first year. Ward just tosses it ahead at the last moment to Helm. That well received, but Ward made sure that he connected with his receiver on this one.
We were on the same page there.
Yep.
Thinking.
A snap to Ward. Ward's going to throw it. End zone, nobody there. He puts it through, 33-19. Last successful one was 2013, week 15 against Arizona. A roller that never took the hop. It just spun around and landed at the 41. Yeah, what obviously just took place, it was a nothing play. No one will ever remember it. Nope. It made no impact. Kyren Williams with an impact run inside the 30. So he gets to pad the numbers. Check to a run play, Williams. That's a first down inside the 15 with a flag thrown. 7. Handed off, Kyren Williams. They're pushing him. They're trying to get him to the goal line. Eventually.
Your eyes only.
Tight formation. Stafford, they're not going to score here. The Los Angeles Rams on the road. They dominate the Titans in the second half and get a 33-19 victory in Nashville.